Well, good morning, guys. Okay. Last day, we just been talking about calling store procedures, right? And here I said, we can skip the DAL class. Why? Uh, Actually, what you write in the DAL class is set of methods to perform your CRUD operations, correct? But these procedures are now converted to methods first. And these methods can be used in your code to do the CRUD operations. So you don't require to define these methods separately. All the methods are ready. So that's why see here we directly call this method student underscore selector. Did I write the code for this method? This method is defined when I drag and drop a procedure on the OR designer. So this method works for me for selecting. Same way, see guys, another method, public view result, display student. But display student, I'm passing the parameter. What is the parameter? SID as a parameter. Okay. Where student is equals to DC dot student underscore select. You want a student based on the SID and active status now. Array, last class I explained you can pass the two values. First value, SID. Second value, status. Now you will be getting the data based on the two parameters here. Is it clear? Now it will fetch you the data based on the two parameters. What are the two parameters? The ID and the status. Based on these two, it will fetch you the data from the tables and give you. Next, return view student. Now right click on display student, add view, MVC5 view, empty, select the model, student underscore, select result. I want to display the student in a table format. I'm just putting a table and writing the code. So run first, display students. And whenever you click on a student there, it launch you display student. Come inside. Don't sit there. Yeah, we got the record. Click on the view button. The model item passed to the dictionary. Model slot student selected. Correct or not? What is the problem? Okay. No. Nothing. The problem is it's giving multiple records. Not single. I said you, even you got single record also, single record will come as a table only. But your just code written is only for displaying the one record, not a table of records. Single record. I clicked on edit button, I think. I clicked on edit button, I think. I did not write the code for edit still. Yeah, is it not the same thing what done in the previous example? Exactly. What next? Add new stone. So we'll write add method, okay? HTTP get public view result add student. Guys, what's the parameter? Student underscore select result is your parameter. Understood? Next, HTTP posted file base selected file. And so get method now. I'm sorry. Get method doesn't require any parameters. Simply say a return view enough. So when you're writing the post method, public redirect to route result, add student, and pass the parameters. You guys remember the code? If selected file not equals to null, here you're required to write the code for saving the file to the hard disk, not to database, saving the file to hard disk. And after saving the file to the hard disk, in the last you should write student.photo is equals to selected file. But here you need to write up the code for saving the file to the hard disk. And I already explained the code for you how to save a file to the hard disk. What we say? First, folder path not exist. Create, otherwise save that. Next, student photo. Now you have all the attributes for the student or not? How many? 5. What 5? ID, name, class, and fees will come from the text boxes. Photo is what we assign here. Okay. Now what do you want to do? You want to perform a insert. And to do an insert, guys, you have a method. What is the method? Student underscore insert. What is the difference between the student underscore insert I defined yesterday in the DAL class and today's? In last class, in the DAL class, we can directly pass our model object. But here you cannot pass because it is taking all the values individually. All values should be passed individually now. How to pass? Student dot SID, student dot name, student dot class, student dot fees, student dot photo. That's it. We're required to pass them individually in this case. Student dot photo, passing up all the values. Okay. Next, return, redirect to action. Which method? Display students. Run. update student, that status equals to 1. I'm setting all the records status active. Select star from student. 6 records are there here. Now all are active, all are loaded. Okay. Now I want to click on add new student. Oh, we did not define create the view, right? Yeah, we did not create the view. Add student view is not ready. Come here, right click, add view. Empty. Choose your model class. Now create the view with text boxes now. Create the view with all the required text boxes. Not only text boxes plus file upload. Yeah. Which method? Add student. Student controller. Post. Encryption type. All the attributes. Then watch. Yeah. Label text box. Label text box. Label text box and label text box. Yeah. Label file. Name is, don't forget this name should be the same name of your method parameter also. If they mismatch, this value will not load there. Submit button, reset button. A link to go to back to students. Only one difference between the previous example and current example, guys. There we written manual code by using the DAL, and here we written stored procedures. So DAL class is kept. Another difference is there your model class name is student. Here your model class name is student underscore selector. That's all. Rest of all are same. So you don't have any difference between that one and this one. Yeah. Watch all that. Add new student. Okay. 107. Giving some names. Class 5. 50,000. Choose file. Images. 7. Save. Are you clear? Okay, so record came. Now I click on the edit. I need to have an option for editing the record now. So two methods. What are the two? Edit student, update student. Help me in writing edit student, guys. Public, view result, edit student, int aside. Okay, where student is equals to dc dot underscore select. What should I pass? SID comma true dot single. Next, temp data of photo is equals to student dot photo. Next, return your student. Check it out exactly. This is the same code you written there also. I need to store it in a temp data. Can't I use a view data or a view back, sir? No, we can't use. Why? View data or view back cannot be used in multiple requests. If you want to use in multiple requests, what you should use? Add. Again, empty model. Label, text box, read only true. Label text box, label text box, label text box. Next, label. First, I'm showing the image, original image with a smaller size, 50 pixel. Then I given the option for selecting a new image, selecting a new image. Then submit button, cancel button. Cancel will bring you back to display students. No reset button here. It is a cancel button. Oh, view is not created. View created. View created. View created. We did not write update code. View created. So here, if I click on edit, yeah, you will get the record here. So when you click cancel, back here. No need reset here. No need reset. Why? Array, you can't directly reset, enter a new record. If you want to update, you're required to select a record and come to update. Did you understand? Insert means you enter a record, click on insert, reset, you can do. But update means you can't do update directly. Update should always come from here only. From here only, you need to go for edit and then only update is allowed. Understood my point or not? Okay, so here we just have a cancel button. Okay, now you have an image. So basically, I want to change this name here. The name is Williams. Class is 6th class. Fees is 60,000. Photograph is fine. Click on update and should update the record. Should update the record. Which method? Update student. Public route result. Update student. In test ID. Where? Sorry. Update student. Student. And HTTP. Posted file base. Selected a file. And when you come to update, again the same thing. You're required to say it is null or not. If it is null, if it is not null, you're required to convert the image and save. Otherwise, you need to check one more thing. You need to check whether you have an old image. If old image is there, we should required to send an old image. Observe, guys. Not null. Finding the folder path. Checking existing or not. If not exist, create. Next, save. Next, assign the photo. No, sir, there is no selected file. If there is no selected file, then you're required to check whether temp data has a value. Understood? No selected file, no temp data, null. Either selected file or temp data is there, then you're required to use those values. If both are not there, null should be used. Finally, call the method. Which method? Update. Passing all values. ID, name, class, fees, and photo. Again, return, redirect to action. And not write posted file base. Okay, just a second. So edit, we'll correct it, guys. Williams 60,000. Choose file. Select some new file here. Click update. Yeah, that update did not work because we did not use a posted file base. No issues. But if it is the reason, that will be working for us. It did not work because we did not have a posted file base. Okay. So right now we have all the 7 records in the table. Okay, now what next? Delete. Select a record, click delete, should delete the record. Select a record and click delete, should delete the record. And for this, we don't require 2 methods, only 1 method. Help me. Public route result delete student in test site. You want to delete the record. That's it now. DC dot underscore delete. Yes, sir. Just pass it. Next. Redirect to action. Display. So that's all. That's it, guys. Because here we don't require any view. I want to delete 102. I want to delete 104. I want to delete 106. Delete it. And you can see the records are still safe with the status 0. Understood? Okay. So fine. So this is how you do with stored process. So 2 ways of writing the code I said. Array view code, controller code is same only. But what is the difference is? In the first example, I've written a DAL code. Second example, procedures. And writing procedures is much easier and efficient than writing the DAL code. Reason the return type should be a list again. Again, you're required to convert a list. In the DAL, you remember list of students converting into list. All that nonsense won't be required if at all you use the procedures. Why directly gives you I single result? You can call dot to list and convert of that into list straight away. No need of writing any queries or anything now. So these are the 2 approaches of doing your work now. What are the 2 approaches? One approach, writing the DAL code. Second approach, writing the stored approach. Which one better means depends, guys. I'm not telling this is better, that is better. Depending on the requirement, if you have procedures, follow the second option. If procedures are not available, use the first option. Okay, but both are right. Both can be used here. No performance difference, nothing. Let's not talk about any of those particular because all are same way of execution. Okay. Actually, we have a drawback with model views, guys. What is the drawback, you know? For a view, we cannot bind multiple models. For a view, I cannot bind. Tomorrow, I am dealing with the 2 tables, guys. One is an employee table and one is a department table. So 2 model classes will be defined for you. Correct or not? How many? 2 model classes. When you're working with the 2 model classes, here the confusion will be like which model to be bound, because I want to bind 2 models. I want to display both the 2 tables information here, but not possible. The drawback with the view is, with a view, you cannot bind multiple models. Let me show you practically. I wanted to create 2 new tables under our database. We have 1 table right now. Let's get 2 more tables. Huh? Look, first table, department table, columns, primary key. I'm using identity, guys. Last class, someone asked, numbers will be auto-generated. No, they won't generate until and unless I used identity. Auto-generation works now. Okay, next, name, location, create. Now my second table, employee table, columns, constraint, primary key, identity is there. Start with increment by 1. Name, job, salary, Department ID is a foreign key now. Department ID is a foreign key. Referencing department table, department ID. Last column is same, guys. Status. Created. Now I'm inserting some data into department table. Number is auto generated, right? So what will be values 10, 20, 30, 40? But right now there are no records in employee table. No records. What we have records is only in the department table. Now, let me create a new project. MVC with link. MVC with link 3. 1 and 2 we created, now it is 3. MVC create. Okay. Now what you'll do next? Add the OR designer. Models. Add. Directly here you'll find your link to SQL classes. Give a name. MVC DB.dvm. MVC DB.dvm. Open the Server Explorer. Configure your database. Add connection. Server. MVC DB. Test connection. Okay. Guys, Saturday, when we started this one, on that day we have only one table, student. But today we have 3 tables, student, department, employee. Now in this example, I want to work with 2 tables here. What are the 2 tables? Department table as well as employee table also. So drag here, department table first. You will see a visual representation of the table. And now drag here, employee table also here. You will see the relationship between the tables also. Parental relationship. What is this, you know? One department has multiple employees. One employee has one department. Are you clear? This is called multiplicity. Means one to many relationship. This one, 1-to-1 relationship. One department, one employee has only one department now. But one department has, this is called multiplicity. Means multiple, 1-to-many relationship. This is a 1-to-1 relationship what we have. It shows you the information to you on screen. Department table and the employee table. Clearer. Now, I want to create a view, guys, for displaying employee data. I want to create a view for displaying employee data. What it has to show? It has to show employee ID, employee name, job, salary, status, department ID, department name and location also. Are you clear? But department name and location are not present here. Where are they present? Means I need to get the data from this table also. Now when I'm binding, I need to bind 2 models to my view now. But that is not possible. That is not possible. What is not possible? You cannot bind multiple tables, multiple models to a view. You cannot bind multiple models to a view. How many models? There are two separate models now. I cannot bind. See, these are two separate classes. If you open the Solution Explorer, go to your if you don't see the data there, once build the code, that's all. You know the first class. What is the first class? And I don't require to give an explanation for that class. Second class, third class. Now I want to bind with the department to bind it. I want to bind with the employee, bind it. I want to bind with both, not possible. You want to create a view, binding with the department, fine. You want to create a view, binding with the employee, fine. But you want to create a view, binding both with the department as well as not possible. It is not possible. Understood or not? To resolve this particular problem, what you require to do is, watch it all of you. You have two model classes now. What are the two? Department, employee. Now I am adding one more model class in my project. One more model class in my models folder. What is the name? Any name of your choice. I'm giving the name as EMP DEPT. Some name here, EMP DEPT. Now in this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to define the properties to this class, which is a combination of both the two properties of the two models now. Means I'll have employee ID, employee name, job, salary, status, department ID, department name, location also. So should I define with all this, sir? Yes. Why? Because you can bind only one model. Two models cannot be bound. So this model should contain the properties of both the two models now. Understood? So what should be the properties here? ID, name, job, salary. Department ID, department name, location. So you're defining something with a combination of both the two columns now. Now use this class for model binding. Use this class. Means I'm binding multiple models or one model? One model, but this model will get the data from two models. So this is how you should design the application. Are you clear? Why, sir? Because it is not possible to bind multiple models to a view. How many models can you bound? Only one model. To resolve it, you require to define a class with all the properties included in the model class 1, model class 2 into model class 3. And that model class 3 should be used for model binding of your applications. So this is the pattern. Did you guys understand me? Any confusion? All clear? How to write code, I'll tell you, but you understand why did I do this or not? Okay, fine. Now, in this year, we have defined a set of properties now. We defined a set of properties. And suppose if employee ID is 1001 and working for department number 10. For example, employee ID is 1001, working for department number 10. So what you'll get here? Employee ID 1001. Suppose the name is Scott. The job is manager. Salary is 50,000. TID is department number 10. Department name is some marketing. Location is some Hyderabad. All data will be there. Okay. In this case, I want to add one more property which contains the list of departments. I want to add one more property which contains the list of departments. What is that? You have one department for all employees or multiple departments? So just what I want to do is I want to define a property like this: public list of department. Did you understand? I'm sorry, not list view, guys, not list view. Public list of departments. Why list is not found? System dot data dot. No. System dot collections dot general. List is not there. It is telling you list is in system dot collection dot general. Okay. So what is this property, sir? This property VIS, it will contain the list of all the departments. How many departments are there? 4 now. All 4 will be in the list now. All 4 will be in the list. But for what? I'll tell you. Don't bother about departments for the time being now. Only look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These 7 properties are nothing but a combination of properties in employee, combination of properties in department. Okay. Now, do I need a DAL class? Come on. Do I need a DAL class? Yes. Why? I don't have procedure. If you write a procedure, no need DAL class. But you did not write a procedure. When you don't write a procedure, what is required? DAL class. If you write a procedure, DAL class can be escaped. But now you did not write a procedure. So DAL class is mandatory. Shall we write the DAL class? Go to models. A class. Let's name it as employee DAL. Employee DAL. What do you require? Configuration. And generic. We need both these two, configuration as well as generic, because we're using the generic collections. What next? In this DAL class, what is the first thing you do? MVC DC is equals to new configuration manager dot connection strings of dot connections. And I said you go to web.config and see the connection string. Okay. Now start writing the methods. What method? The first method, get employees. Array. Now the terminology change. Get students, get employees, get a student, get employee. Same now. Okay. So now I want to write a method, public void get employees. Get employees. If you want, you do that. Pool. You already know that. Null means all records. True means all active records. False means all inactive records. You know that. Now, to get the data, what should I do? I need to write a query, guys. To get the data, what should I do? I need to write a query. The query should get the data only from one table or two tables. The query should get the data from one table or two tables. And how do you get data from multiple tables? Join. Required to use a join now. Okay. You guys learned how to write joins in SQL? My columns in the employee table are ID, name, job, okay. Now the columns in department table. Now actually, my intermediate class, what I taken is ID, name, job salary, DID, DNAME, location. I did not take status watch. I don't want to deal with status. Why? If I deal with status, again, it will ask me to assign true, false, and all. If I don't touch that, default value will be true. Are you clear? Okay. Now ID, name, job, salary, DID, DNAME, and location. Fine. Now look. If you want to get these values from your EMP DP tables, how do you write a join statement in SQL? Tell me how to write a join statement in SQL. Select E dot. This DID you can get from any table you like now. You can get from any table. I want to get from department table. So D dot location. Or I want to get from no props. Understood or not? Next. Next. From EMPE. Join. E dot DID is equals to D dot DID. Okay. So this is a join statement what you write. Now, how do you write this in link now? How do you write this in link? Watch, guys. You know that link query starts with from, right? From E in DC dot. Our table name is employee and department now. Oh, here employee. From E in DC dot department. See, from EMPE. How did you write? Afterwards. Now tell me how to write department D. And how did you write EMPE? How to write department D? What next? On. Next. E dot DID equals. Concentrate on the last line of your join and the first line of our join. Only that one. Don't look at the others. That from. Compare both the things. How did you write there? From. Employee. Join. Department D. On. E dot DID equal to. The same thing is present in your query also. But now you're writing a link syntax. How did you write? From. In. Next is join only. Next. D department. Afterwards, on. There you written E dot DID. And here also written the same thing. E dot DID equals D dot DID. Are you guys clear? Tell me. So is how you're going to write a join. What next? Select new of. Open the curly braces. E dot EID. E dot job. E dot salary. E dot DID, D dot DNAME, D dot location. That's all. It's a link join now. Select new of and write the column names. Is it clear, all of you? So what will this query get you? This query will get me all the records from both the two tables. Okay. So guys, now if status if the status is not equal to null, means there is a value in the status. There is a value in the status. What do you want to get? All the records based on the status condition. All the records based on the otherwise. All records. Otherwise, all records. So it is equal to null. What do you want? all records. Okay, where just now explained you from E in DC dot employees, join D in DC dot departments, on E dot D dot DID. Next, select new of till E dot EID, E dot uh, okay, fine. So this is my query. This query is going to get the data from both the two tables. Now to capture this, what I'm doing, I'm declaring a list. List of EMPDEPT, EMPS. List of EMPDEPT, EMPS. EMP is equals to. Are you guys clear? Earlier we taken list of students, and afterwards students is equals to and we written the query. Now it's a list of EMPDEPT. Why is there EMPDEPT? Because why EMPDEPT? Because we are writing the join and getting the data from the two tables now. Are you clearer or not? You're getting the data from the two tables now. So that's why we are writing it like this. What the problem? Yeah. Could not implement a query pattern for table of employee. Yeah. Join not found. What happened? It's not single, na. It's multiple records. Ah, array, error is coming here now. Why you're bothered about return type now? The employee is giving error. Okay. The error is I did not import link here. In our SQL, when we're learning collections, or when I explained you link, I said you this already. What is that? If at all you want to use link in the code, you're required to import system.link namespace. All the queries that are required, all the things that are required for writing the queries are present under system.link namespace. I did not import that basically. That's why I got the error. Is that clear? Okay. So actually, nothing issue with that. That is only the error. Actually, my thing is I not want to return a void. What I want to say, list of employee department. What is the written type? List of EMPDPT. Yesterday, what we returned list of student, but here not list of student, or not list of employee, or not list of department. A list of EMPDPT. Both should be combined and written. Both should be combined and written in this context. Understood? Okay. Basically, when I written this particular code, okay. Well, have a look now. First, where EMPS is equals to, what happens? You will be getting all the values from the table. You will get all the values from the table. What? Employee ID, employee name, job, salary, department ID, department name, location. Is it clearer or not? Now all the records are coming into this. But now what is the return type? It's a list. It is a list. And because it is going to be a list, what to do now is just watch. List of EMPDEPT, EMPS. List of EMPDEPT, EMPS. Okay. Now, what is that? You need to add the values into the list. You need to add the values into the list. What values to be added? All the values that are loaded from the two queries. All the values that are loaded from the two queries should be added to the list in this context. Guys, understand? All the values that are loaded from the two queries to be added to this list now. Okay. Well, where, okay, any name here, where records is equals to, I'm writing a for each loop. For each, where record in records. Okay. First, you are creating an empty list, guys. Empty list. What is the count? 0. The count is 0. Now, how many records are loaded from the table? I don't know. The query can load you 1,000 records, or the query can load you 10,000 records. Did you understand my point or not? The query can load you 1,000 or 10,000 records. And one more thing I want to ask you a question. Here, purely, you always want only active records in the application. Am I right or wrong? Yes or not? I always only want the active records in my application. That's why I don't want any inactive records in my application. So I'm not passing the parameter boolean here. Without passing the parameter, okay, now the join will give you all the records on the table, right? Both active and inactive also. Active and inactive. Okay, just come back here, guys. Yeah, here, if at all you want to get only active records, in this, if you want to get only active records, what do you write? Where A dot status equals to true. In SQL, 1. In SQL, it is 1. Okay, now here also same only. What is it? You write a where clause now. Where A dot status equals to true. Where A dot status equals to true. Okay. So guys, where before select where E dot status equals to. So what I'll get now? Only active records from the table. So you get all the records. Once you get all the records, what is the next step? You're required to add them to the list. You're required to add them to the list. Sir, can't you do a direct conversion as a to list? Did you understand my question? Can't you do a direct conversion of to list? Do you catch my point? I'll explain you. Last day, we have table of student. This table of student, on this I can call to list now. Yes or not? Same way, I have table of employee, I can call to list. I have a table of department, I can call to list. But do I have a table of EMP DPT? Huh? Did you catch my point or not? Table of EMP DPT is not there. This is purely what we are writing explicitly. Observe what you have. Check. On this you can call to list. On this you can call to list. But where is table of EMP DPT? If you have a table of EMP DPT, then you can call to list. But table of EMP DPT is not there now. That's why I cannot call to list. That is why I am writing all the code manually. Okay. So what did I do first? First, I written a query to get the data from both the two tables. Where is the data? Now, what I'm doing, I'm using a for each loop, picking one by one record now. Picking one by one record. After picking one by one record, let me create the instance of EMP DPT, EMP DPT, OBJ or EMP is equals to new EMP DPT. This is your class, what you defined earlier. Remember, guys, did you define a default constructor in the class? My question is wrong. Did you define a constructor in the class? So you have a default constructor then. And default constructor will always initialize the attributes with the default values. You want to initialize with default values or with a given set of values? Then use a object initializer. Use a object initializer. First attribute, employee ID. That is writing and showing you see what to write. Record.id. Next. See there. It'll give you the complete list to you. Okay, job is equals to record.job. Salary is equals to record.salary. Next. DID is equals to record.DID. DName is equals to record.DName. Location is equals to record.location. Did you fill all the attribute values now? Correct? Now, what to do? EMPS.add EMP. You are adding it to the list now. See, your list is empty. Correct? What are you doing? The loop runs now. If 100 records are loaded, 100 objects are created and added to EMPS. Once execution completed, return EMPS. Return your EMPS. This is the code what you require to implement for getting the employees. Why, sir? Why this much complication? Because we are not getting the data from one table. We are getting the data from, you need to combine both the two things, add it to the new class, and finally what you should return is a list. Now, can you tell me the second method, get employee? Array, what is the method here? Get employee. Get employee has one parameter, two parameters. Sir. Sorry, get employee has a parameter. What parameter? Employee ID. If I pass an employee ID, you need to get me the data. Now also two tables only. Now also two tables. Tell me, public. Come on. One record only na. Get employee int employee. Employee ID, not department ID. What do you want to get? The data based on the employee ID. Okay. Now I just want to get the data based on the employee ID now. Okay. Well, watch. What you write? Now also join, guys. Now also join. Shall we rewrite again? Where, watch, is equals to from E in DC dot employees join D in DC dot departments on A dot did equals D dot did, where E dot eid equals to eid. Select new of the same again. The columns what you want. E dot eid, E dot name, E dot job, E dot salary, E dot did, D dot dname, D dot location. Fetching the data from two tables, but only one record. Are you clearer or not? It's only one record. Remember that, guys. You did not get multiple records now. Here, multiple records came. Here, one record came. Okay. But even though that one record came, so what should I do? I need to again create the instance of emp dept. Emp is equals to new emp dept. What? Employee ID is equals to record dot. Array not coming, see? Record dot employee ID should come na? Not coming. Why? Same problem here. I said you in SQL, here you're written where TID is equals to 10. How many records will come? But that one record comes to as a table only. The one record comes to as table only. Now also same problem. One record only fetched, but coming as, so same story. What to do? You're required to use the whole query in the braces dot thing. Now, dot sing. Now, record dot. Got it? See? Earlier it is a collection. Earlier it is a, frankly speaking, earlier is a table. It is a table. Now it is a row. Let's talk in simple terminology. Earlier it is a table. From a table, how can you pick a cell now? Now it is not a table. It is a row. From a row, you can pick a cell. That's what. Record.id. Next. See, it is showing you all the things. See how to write the code. Got it? Okay. 1 month, 7 o'clock, but okay. Okay. Yeah. So now what you do? Return EMP. See the difference. Here, what are you returning? List of EMP DPT. So what you done? You added all of them into the list and returned the list. But here you are returning list as single record. Single record. So directly returning the single record now. Is it clear? Okay. Now add a controller. Add a controller. Add a controller. Let's call it as employee controller. Employee controller. Import what? Every day you tell model namespace. Remember, import. You require import the model namespace. You are linking the model with the controller now. So import the model namespace. Now here, see, if I don't have a DAL, I will directly create the instance of context class here. Are you getting my point? If I don't have a DAL, I will directly create the instance of context class here. If I have a DAL, I need to create the instance of the DAL class here. See, first example, I created DAL class instance. Second example, context class instance. A DAL is skipped, context. Now this example, DAL class, because we have a DAL class again. Okay, just a minute, guys. Yeah, audible now, guys? Am I audible, online students? Okay. Okay, stop messaging. Yeah. Now, which class instance should I create? DAL class. What the name, guys? Employee DAL. DAL is equals to new employee DAL. Okay, employee DAL. DAL is equal to new employee DAL. Public. View result. Display employees. Display employees. Where employees is equals to DAL dot. What is the method? Get employees. DAL dot get employees. When I call DAL dot get employees, what did you get you? List of EMP DEPT. Remember, what is the written type? List of EMP DEPT. Basically, you put your mouse here, it will tell you. If you want to be more specific in your code, where can capture anything. If you want to be more specific, right? Writing this is a good habit. Writing this is a good habit. Writing where is the simplified version. But if you write like this tomorrow, after 1 month, 2 months, you look into the code also, you will clearly understand what is it. There's writing a list of EMP DEPT. Okay, if I write where, or where? Understood? A little bit confusion. So writing like this is a good habit of writing. It's a good practice. Next, return view EMPS. Return view EMPS. To test this for the time being, shall I insert some records in the employee table? Employee table doesn't have any records. Let's insert some few records in the employee table, guys. Insert into employee values, some name. ID is auto-generated. Job manager. Salary, some 50,000. Next, what? Department. Okay. Column number, status 1. Yeah, 1 record inserted. Salesman, 20,000. Department number 20. Okay. Now is an accountant. Some 18,000. Department 30. Okay, guys, watch. Numbers are auto generated. Okay. Now, what I want to do, I want to write a view now. Add view. MVC 5 view. Guys, observe. Empty. And see, you have all three model classes coming in the list here. What? Department also comes. Employee also comes. Is it clear? If you select a department, only one class only you can bind, only department properties only can be shown now. If you bind employees, only employees can be shown now. But if you bind this, I can show both, correct or not. So select it and click on the add button. See, the model binding is doing EMPD. But don't forget, guys, it is I. It's a list now. I enumerable. Rest what? Rest is the same. Just like how you designed your yesterday's views, now you can design this view now. Watchman. H2, employee details. You know this? Name, ID, job, salary, DID, D name, location. Okay. Next. You need to loop it now. You need to loop it. All code same here, just like yesterday's code, only no difference. Again, the same story. ID, name, job, salary, DID, D name, and location. View, employee, edit employee, delete. And you're passing the employee ad as a route value. For delete, are you sure of deleting the record? And in the last line, you're putting add new employee, a link for adding a new employee. Okay, guys, observe. Let us go to the controller. Let's not run blindly. Put a breakpoint here. Okay. Run. Display employees is what we are calling. Now F11. Where you went? Get employees method. Dal class get employees. Now this query is going to fetch you the data from the two tables. Just a minute, guys. Loading. Observe. ID, name, job, salary, department ID, department name, location. Loaded the data from the two tables now. Is it clear? The data is loaded. Once after loading the data, what I'm doing, I am picking one by one record now using a for each loop. The first I created an empty list. The EMPS is empty. Put your mouse there. What I'm telling you, when you're debugging, just don't blindly press off the F5. Not like that. Verify everything. Put your mouse on the EMPS. See the count. 0, right? Loop is running now. Picking one by one record, creating an instance of EMP-DEPT, adding it to the EMPS. Verify now. One record. Loop running for the second time. Second record added. Loop running for the third time. Record is added. Okay, now completed. Out. How many EMPS has? Now these 3 records are going to be coming back to EMPS here. 10 to 2, the view, and the view is going to publish. The view is publishing the data from the 2 tables. Watch. ID, name, job, salary, department ID, department name, location, and your actions. View, edit, delete, and also add new employee. See, one thing, guys, in the previous first example, you used a straight model, student. In the second example, you did not use a straight model. You used a model that is created by the procedure. Procedure created the model for you. What is the name? Student underscore select result. Now we are using a model defined by us explicitly. 3 examples, 3 varieties I shown you. Understood my point or not? Sir, which one will be the correct process? If one is correct, I'll show that one only. Nah? Why are you showing you all these things? Because that depends on the requirement tomorrow. I cannot tell you follow this only. All 3 options are right. It changes according to requirements now. So if it is straight or directly one model class given and telling you develop everything by using this, no worries. That is a straight model for me now. But if they're given procedures, then I cannot use the straight model. What I should use? The model class defined by the select procedure should be used. You're working with multiple tables. Then you're required to go for this concept. Today I shown you 2 tables only. You know that tomorrow we'll be working in 10 tables. You need to write the class with all the 10 properties combined in one now. Are you getting my point? All the things should be combined into one, and then you're required to implement your logic. Okay, fine. Are you clear till now? Now when I click on the view button, what should come? Single record. It has to show me the single record. Help me writing the method. Public view result. Display employee int employee ID. Int employee ID. Okay, now? Okay, fine. What? EMP DEPT. EMP is equals to, don't create an instance. Del dot get employee and pass the employee ID. And guys, observe the return type is EMP DEPT. I captured it like this one. Simple way, you write a where you want, but if you write like this, it will be clear for you going forward. What next? Return view of EMP. This method is also ready there now. So directly let us create a view. Let's add a breakpoint here now. Come on, right click, add view, MVC 5 view, empty. What to select, guys? EMP DEPT. Right now, no image here. In the left hand side, I've shown you column names. In the right hand side, I've shown you column values. That's it. No image now. Because there is no image, I just simply showed you column names and column values in the left and right side. That's it. Clear. Come on, go to display employees again. Run. Click on the view button. Watch. Have a breakpoint. What is the employee ID? 1002. Now you're passing it and calling the method. Which method? Get employee. F11. Come here. You're writing a query to fetch only one record. Remember, you have a where clause in the condition now. So how many records will come? one only. It is going to get one record. Records. See there. Earlier it did not show like this. Earlier we click on the view or table open. Why is that? Earlier it is a table. Now it is a row. Understand? Earlier it is a table. Why multiple records? Now it is a table or row. Row. Directly row values are shown here directly. But see, if I don't call single, how do I get, I'll get in table only. Again, I should say view, a window opens and shows me in a table format only now. But I called it to single. So I called a method called single. That's why it converted into row and picked out the row and returned to you. Simple English, guys. Table is a collection of rows. You're asking for one row now. That's all. Dot single gives you a row. Now, using this data, now I'm creating EMP DEPT. I'm creating a EMP DEPT. Now see, all values are loaded to EMP DEPT. Now returning the single record. That single record is coming to EMP. Again, watch. As expected, you got it. You'll have a doubt. Sir, what is the departments you defined? This property did not load any value. Null is coming. I'll tell you. I need that in insert. For what? You want a department number now? User want to enter a department number. User will enter a department number or select a department number. Means all the departments should be coming in the drop down now. So there I will use this property. That's why I did not tell you right now. I'll talk about it. Hold on. Is it clear? I'll tell you about the departments. Just hold on. But right now, remaining all the 7, we have the value C, ID, name, employee name, job, location, salary. Passing to the view, and the view will publish the data. View is publishing the data for you. Just remove the breakpoint, run again. Whatever you, oh sorry, we did not write all these things. Whatever you click, that's going to show you the information. Is it clear? Understood the 2 methods now? What? Get employees, get employee. But here you need to write a query that fetches the data from the 2 tables. In our first example, also written a query, but getting data from 1 table on. But today I written a query to get the data from 2 tables. What are the 2 tables? Employee table, department table. That for that we written a join. How to write a join? Same like our SQL join only here. Look at this query from employee is now. Afterwards, join is join. Department D in. On is on. E.did, D.did. Come on, same. Where? E dot status equal to 1. E dot status equal to true. Afterwards, select new under the list of all the columns you want. You have mentioned the list and you're getting them. Okay, if you want any conditions here, you can write the conditions. In the first query, E dot stat equal to true. Second condition, second query, E dot employee ID is equals to the user selected employee. Here also in the condition. So here multiple records will come, but there single record will come. Point clear all of you? Okay. So we are done with display employees and display. So we need to do insert, update in it. So when you're inserting, you will insert into 2 tables or 1 table. 1 table only, not 2 tables. Department is master data. That data will be like that only. Tomorrow, if a new employee comes in 10 or 20 or 30 or 40. So your data insert will be done on employee only. Understood my point here? Means in the insert, I don't require the support of department. I don't require the support of the department, but I need all department numbers. I need all department numbers, same as in update. And for delete, also we know we are not creating a view for the delete. Directly we are going to delete. Okay, we'll see insert, update, delete in the next class. Let's stop here.